If I told you roller balls could be integrated into switches to make them creamier, we're just scratching the surface. Today, we're going to talk about the best creamy switches, and pay attention because some of my choices are going to shock you. So the WS Pearls are the first switches to feature roller balls, and these are complete game changers. These tiny metal spheres move and rotate freely, and they're strategically placed to be the only points of contact between the stem and the bottom housing. By having these ball bearings take on the role of contact points, it drastically reduces plastic on plastic friction and eliminates any potential scratchy feeling. There are two sets of bearings. The first set, located on the stem, glides against the bottom housing rails. The second set on the bottom housing glides against the pole. This results in a typing experience that's airy and effortless, even on those off-center presses. These pearls are solidly in the medium weight category with a 58-gram bottom out, and out of the over 200 switches I've tested, these feature the least amount of stem wobble. They simply do not budge. In terms of sound, these pearls are noticeably louder than most other linear switches out there. I would say these are medium high pitched. Take a listen for yourself. Keylin is one of the most underrated switch manufacturers, and their Keylin switches are some of my favorites from them. The Keylin's nylon top and bottom housings create a deep and muted sound signature because the softer plastic absorbs higher pitched sounds. This lends itself nicely to a creamy sound signature. Moreover, the UPE stem makes for a typing experience that feels frictionless. This is due to the top-notch factory lubing, which is a defining characteristic of Keylin switches. Plus, if you're a lighter typist, you'll love these since they have a 48-gram bottom out force. This makes the Keylins lighter than nearly 90% of all switches out there, so if you need something light and creamy, these Keylins are the way to go. Now, here's the sound test. The HMX Emo is a bright take on creamy switches, and it showcases exactly why HMX has taken the keyboard hobby by storm. For context, HMX has become one of the most popular switch manufacturers thanks to their tight tolerances, exceptional factory lube, and trademark bright sound profile. They've released dozens of switches, each one dialing in that signature HMX feel that enthusiasts have come to love. The Emo is the only HMX switch with a lye stem and polycarbonate top housing, providing a distinct combination of materials. The lye stem delivers superior smoothness thanks to its lower friction coefficient compared to standard palm stems. And paired with HMX's excellent factory lubing, these feel buttery smooth right out of the box. With a light 46-gram bottom out, these are perfect for longer typing sessions without fatigue. If you want creaminess with brightness, the Emos are the way to go. Here's the sound test. The first time I used these Sakura switches, I was instantly wowed by their unique take on a creamy sound signature. The build combines a POC top housing, which creates a slightly hollow character, with a nylon bottom housing that delivers deeper acoustics. Together, they produce a deep, creamy sound signature that manages to stay impressively quiet, like a chocolate bar being snapped in half. The smoothness is exceptional. They're perfectly factory lubed, and with an actuation force of just 35 grams and a bottom out force of 45 grams, they're lighter than 96% of switches in our selection. I can type on these all day without experiencing any fatigue. These switches have garnered quite a following in our Discord community, with many users discovering them as a hidden gem in the creamy switch category. In my view, Wana Sakuras are an instant classic. Now, here's the sound test. Rounding out our top 5, let's take a look at the Aqua Kings, which I'd say are the best overall switches when it comes to creaminess. I've been hands-on with over 200 switches over time, and I've gotta say, the factory lube job on the Aqua Kings is extraordinary. Everglide has really nailed it here. Among all the switches I've tested, these stand out with that unique smoothness, which is lush and obviously creamy. The 62-gram bottom out puts it right in the middle weight-wise. Not too light, not too heavy, just perfect. And even though these switches feature polycarbonate housings, expect a deep and creamy sound signature with these Aqua Kings. You get 24% off these Aqua Kings, exclusively on Milktooth, which I'll link in the description. Now, take a listen to how they sound. Now, here are back-to-back sound tests of all the switches we talked about today. But if you want to explore more Thoughtcase switches, watch this video where I reveal my favorites. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.